What's up, y'all? LTJ Regis here. This is Throwing Light, and if you're not throwing light, you're not acting right. Before we get started, remember to be following me on my YouTube channel. You can get to the link to my YouTube channel on Instagram and this post, or if you're following me on Facebook or wherever, you have access to go straight to my YouTube channel and subscribe and like, so you can get all these interviews for Throwing Light, the Throwing Light tour I'm working on, all these cool projects, music videos, documentaries coming to you pretty soon. You're going to see some dancing Leathermen pretty soon. So I want you guys to get ready and get excited for all the visual content that's going to be dropping on my YouTube page starting mid-year. With that being said, let's go ahead and let's kick it over to your Mr. Mid-Atlantic Leather 2024, my IML 46 brother, Ken. How are you?
I'm doing well.
So where are you at right now?
At home,
Where is home?
Norfolk, Virginia.
Have to specify because you have the San Francisco Bridge behind you.
Right, right. Oh, well, I couldn't use the same background as you, so
You could have, because no, that would have been a great conversation. We could have had, like, we could have really elevated the conversation if we pretended we were in space.
right.
Well, Ken,
Yep.
I've had all these title holders on here and people wanting to be title holders and they don't know what they're getting themselves into a lot of the times. So, you haven't been on here since we did the IML reunion here on Throwing Light. So this is your first solo episode. So I'm super excited about this. What's going on, Ken? What you been up to?
Well, currently right now, I was voted as a run captain, and the run captain's responsibilities is to produce the Virginia Leather contest. So I'm deep into that right now, trying to get sponsors and trying to organize that chaos that comes along with that. But I'm also still on the board for the LGBT Life Center here in Norfolk, Virginia. And we're just trying to provide services and meet needs in the community throughout the state.
So you're producing the Virginia Leather Contest?
Yes.
You have a team, you have support, you have people
Yes, I,
helping you.
yes, I do.
Okay.
I have
Is
a,
this your first one producing?
yes.
Man, a lot of us have moved over to producing, huh? I guess. Interesting. I'm co-producer technically for Austin Leather Weekend. My Sash son is heading it. Are you nervous?
Yes. Very much.
When's the contest?
It is April 11th here in Norfolk, Virginia at a bar called 37th and Zen at 7 o'clock.
That's in a couple of weeks.
Uh,
So we'll let you go
a few weeks, okay?
a few weeks.
Don't say a couple of weeks.
Couple weeks. I'm sorry, there are more than 2 weeks, so it's a few weeks.
Yes. Don't make me freak out.
No, I don't want you to freak out. I'm trying to give you some cool vibes here, some relaxation vibes. So, what has been okay? So, um, what has been the most surprising thing of producing a contest? Like something you never thought of that you've been experienced since you've been doing this?
No, I didn't think about ever producing a contest like this. Um, it is a lot to deal with. I'm sitting here looking at a whiteboard right behind this camera, and it's just got all the sponsors that I've tried to contact, and trying to get sponsors to come back and give you replies is it's a little daunting. But I've got some great sponsors in already, so we're well on our way.
And so you guys got your contestants all figured out?
The contestants still have until I believe the 23rd of this month to
Mhm.
submit an application. Currently, right now, we have three Mr. Um, and one Mrs. that's running.
Okay. So, you said getting sponsors, things like that. But how have you felt doing this role? Have you felt it's been rewarding? Have you learned more?
I definitely have learned more, and it is rewarding. Um, it's just that whole thought process of trying to make it better than what it has been in the years. Um, and trying to be very supportive to contestants and title holders, as a result of the contest also.
What is something that you wanted to improve on? Because we all have our own visions. What did you see yourself coming in here to do?
Definitely making sure that the contestants feel like they are definitely wanted to run for the contest, and that no matter where they are, so far as in Virginia or the DC area is also eligible to run in the Virginia contest. Um, and just to get a wide variety of people, we I would love to see different areas of the state represented, um, to make sure that we represent the entire leather community within the Commonwealth and DC. But the biggest thing is to make sure that the contestants are feel wanted, supported, loved, and that the title holders get the support that they need during the title year.
What I don't want to pry too much, but have you sensed or have there's been a situation where you felt like contestants weren't supported? Was that something you went through?
Um, Not so much on the contestant side, but on definitely on the title holder side. So
So, as a former title holder, and someone that has gone through this competition, are you have been do have people reached out to you for mentoring?
yes,
And how's that been going?
it's good. It's very good.
What are some of the questions and things that you get asked?
So far as the contest,
Yeah.
yeah, like who can run? Is it gender specific on the titles? Um, why is it always held in Norfolk? Because we are the bottom east corner of the state, but that's just where the Nighthawks are formed. The Nighthawks hold the licensing for the title itself, and I really was drawn to it when I ran. The main focus of me running wasn't for me, it was for the charities. And so we've been able to do very well for local charities and charities within the state. And having two of our title holders go to MAL and win and be able to bring that monies back to the state also has been very beneficial.
So, you said the Nighthawks are producing. So let's talk a little bit about them. How long have you been a part of the Nighthawks?
I've been a Nighthawk since 2017.
And it's Knight, right?
Yes.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about the Nighthawks.
Nighthawks have been here for 35, 6 years. Um, they are just a leather Levi fetish group, and they have. What drew me to them years ago was their charity work. Every month they have a bar night, and that's a charity night, and there's different charities that have that assigned month. But I always liked that about them. But also, I was also terrified when the first time I saw the Leathermen or the Nighthawks.
Why are you terrified?
It's just because you didn't know and you just heard, rumors like, oh, they're very forceful or something like that. It's just that scared unknown.
Yeah.
And I always kind of tried to stay away from them. And and it was funny because there was two bars inside of a home bar there at the garage, and it was another called the Other Side. It was a country spot. So I would run through the garage when the leather guys were there to get to the countryside because the leather guys never came to the countryside.
Yeah.
And I figured that, I was in a safe space. So they got me one night. They fooled me and said that there was another firefighter in the garage side of the bar that knew me. And of course, me being a gay firefighter, and I was like, holy crap, there's another gay firefighter.
Yeah.
So I walked over, and it happened to be in February. And February is or was leather lockup. and they had a cage where they put you in, and they did a strip search, all consensual, of course. And as soon as I walked through the door to go find this firefighter, two leather men grabbed me and said, "You're under arrest," and put me in the cage. And so we had a little strip search, and let's just say that the underwear that I was wearing that night wasn't very warming. And when it was revealed what I was wearing, they immediately went into the trash that night when I got home. It was it might as well say it. It was a purple satin thong because that's the only here, Fredericks of Hollywood was the only place that you could buy like sexy underwear, and that was the only thing they had, and I bought it, and I never wore it again.
That's a story, Ken. That is
Yeah,
quite a story, and only you would be able to tell the story like that.
yeah,
Okay, so we've talked about producing Nighthawks. So you said some of the challenges that you receive are that people want to know why the contest is in the same city.
yeah.
That would require so many like hands to move a contest around the state. Do
Very
any states even do that? I mean, like it, could you imagine them be like, hey, we want Austin King Weekend to be somewhere else?
right. I mean, the logistics of it is overwhelming to find the spaces that we can have. And actually, the spaces that we have now, we're getting to the point that we're almost outgrowing them. So um, next year is going to be very challenging. See what the attendance is this year, but I'm thinking that we'll probably sell out this year, so far as the main venue anyway.
So how's it been, on the Miss side? We did not get any Miss contestants for Miss Austin Eagle this past year. So we're only in our third year though. So we've had a Miss in the first and second, and we didn't. I think that had a lot to do with the person that got Ms. Austin Eagle went for Miss Texas. And so that representation was kind of gone because, that she had another title to focus on, obviously. So I'm hoping that I can work with the producers for the next one to make it, make the sash be for Austin. Like I don't think it's going to do us any good if someone comes and competes for the sash and then goes and gets another one and focuses on that. You know what I'm saying? We kind of need to get someone to just be Ms. Austin Eagle and even Mr. Austin Eagle. We're changing it to where when I was competed. I went within that year. So I got my sash. You know this. Well, you had your Virginia sash, but you got Mid-Atlantic Leather in January. You went to IML May. I got mine, late September. So I was not prepared. So to give this next generation like a full year to really figure out who they are, I think it's going to help him do a lot better because I don't recommend getting a title to learn about yourself.
Right, right, very much so. You definitely have to know about yourself, and it's just another step in the journey, your leather journey on doing it. Fortunately for us, like I said, our contest is in April. The contest that you can compete for is Mid Atlantic or IML, and those are not until the following year. So it gives us a few months. When I had the title, it was really a busy year for me to promote the title because our our original winner of the title from 2019, because we had that COVID where we didn't have a title for a while, but um, circumstances where he had some family emergencies and COVID and wasn't really able to get out and promote the title. So that was the big challenge for me, is to get it out and get people to know about it. And that's when Jason ran from Charlottesville, which is out in the western part of the state, and he won. That was awesome that we had representation from out of the Hampton Roads area, what we call the Seven City area. Um, so that's always important.
So, you know, lately the ongoing conversation I've been having for a few episodes now is uplifting those that don't have a title or community. And I mean, you're involved, like um, I think that some people feel, let's be honest. Being a title holder doesn't necessarily mean you have great integrity, and it doesn't mean you're in it for the community, right?
Correct.
And I constantly people feel a little left out because they don't have a title. They don't feel like their value is as necessary or that they have something to offer if they don't have a title. When you finished your and you did your step down and you just kept going, right?
Yes, very much so. Nothing has changed. If not, it has increased. So,
Right, exactly.
but
Well,
the, but the important thing too is for people to look at, people saw me all over the state and doing things and running for MAL and winning MAL. People get a little intimidated by if you have a title holder and they're very productive, but that's not necessarily saying that, that what you have or your self value or what you bring to the table is any less than anything that I brought. Um, it does open up opportunities for you to talk to groups and to be invited into spaces that you normally aren't. Um, Believe it or not, before I won the title, I was very shy. I was like the one to be in the corner of the room and not really talk to a lot of people. So that has definitely helped me a lot on on that aspect of being able to speak in public and to help motivate people to do things like the food drive that I do in November for the Thanksgiving baskets and the December diamonds that I sell for the Life Center in December. All those are big fundraisers for me personally to raise money for those charities and help our community here in Hampton Roads.
I think it's great to have people that, like I said, what I really want to focus on with my title holder energy moving forward are those that are doing the work before, during, and after. Consistency. And I want people to be able to have a conversation of coming together that doesn't, like everyone should be at the table, right? You when you get a title, your community chose you, and you are supposed to put the community before your ego. And so going to be having our brother Tom and Miguel, our din daddy, they're going to be coming down to AKW, and we're going to do a no title needed panel, where we're going to talk about the ups and downs of being a title holder very quickly, and also teach title holders to let your community have the title when they want to say something or they want to do something. You're supposed to be sharing it, and think I don't think a lot of title holders are like, oh, I'm going to get this title and I can't wait to share with the community. And, like it takes a special kind of mind to be like, this is about the community. This is about the community because it's easy to get caught up in it, I guess, and being a public figure. I guess you get some fame, okay? And everybody handles fame differently.
Right.
Um, I do see a lot of people that walk away and they think that the fame is over and they have nothing they can't get it back. You know what I'm saying? How
Mhm.
do you feel about that? Do you feel that you are any more or less famous than you were when you had your sash?
Um, I think it has definitely I've become more popular with the community all over the place. It always amazes me when I go somewhere out of state or wherever, and somebody comes up to me and they're like, "Hey, Ken," and I'm like, I get that panic look. And they're like, "Hey, don't worry about it. You don't know me. I'll just follow you on Facebook, or I saw you at IML and stuff like that." And it always amazes me. I just had my birthday, and I've got hundreds and hundreds of happy birthdays from all over the place, all
Yeah.
over the world. And that would not have been possible without out the title and without going to IML and MAL and meeting all these wonderful people. But also for a title holder too, it's important to remember that you are there to also uplift your community and find those people that are in your community that are doing good things and giving them support and giving them a little shout out, to try to like edge them on to continue on, you know. But the title year does run by so fast that a lot of times you just see people. And I always tell people, or I said in my step down speech, I may not have been able to communicate or talk to you in length, but I see you, I saw you. And, just a lot of people just need to be seen and heard sometimes when you're a title holder. And that can definitely help you grow as another person.
I think though we have to. It's not your journey and your success isn't all because you have the title. It has to do with you as a person too, because um um we have people that have these titles and they're gone, or um everyone it's you and how people respond to you, and if you've got that charisma, to be honest with you, because if a title holder lacks charisma, then he's not going to, or she or whatever is not going to be able to, learning social skills is important with this as an introvert, as someone, like where being I'm sorry, extroverted, being introvert is a little bit of work and it's a task, but that's how you make those connections. And you said you're used to being the person that kind of stands back, and you can't do that anymore. It's just who you are. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You're going to walk into a room and people are going to, you know what I'm saying, like that. And I go through the same things. And but at the same time, like what you're doing in the community, only Ken can do it the way Ken does it. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like no one else can. It would be very weird for someone else to come up with a throwing light show at this point.
Right.
So it's just like I don't want people to watch this and think that they get this whole like
Yeah.
like you go to IML, you walk across the stage, and then you get all this lavish let's be very careful that it takes the personality to do that,
Yeah. It
because
does take the
it,
work.
what's that?
It does take the work. You got to put the
The
work.
work, yes. Well, the respect. If people see you doing stuff that keep, you know what I'm saying, like that, they're you've got to be at the point right now where people are, they're seeing you as Ken the Leatherman. They know. I mean, they're not going to be like Mister, Mister Mid Atlantic. You know what I'm saying? Like you've done that. They know that. They know you were that. So, but you're here as the fully realized Ken the Leatherman. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I definitely have a branding of our daddy Ken. So, that is definitely stuck.
And you could have I mean, you're like a superhero. You could have a trading card.
And I always tell people you don't have to have a cape to be a hero. So,
You don't, but they're nice to have. If we got some leather capes, that would be cool. But I do think that we are extraordinary in what we do for the community, and being self-aware to being in positions where we know that we can use the power that we have to make big changes, and they start locally, and it's your, I think we need to keep being good examples for people that feel like they need a title to get up to the top or to get to the table and be heard, because that's not the case. And one of the things that we want to be talking about in the panel, how you can get involved, like if you're interested in traveling to international events, well, I'm going to ask, Tom's going to tell you how you can get involved with that. If you're interested in being involved with IML or other things but you don't have a title, well, Miguel's here on there, he's going to tell you. I'm saying, like, we want to not, like, I don't ever want to block somebody from getting the access they need to be heard or seen.
right.
That's not my goal, is to stop people. So I'm gladly wanting to point everybody to whatever places they need to go. But my journey has, I was Mr. Austin Eagle almost 3 years ago, or it's gonna be almost 3 years ago. I mean, it's just things are different now.
Yeah.
That's not how I identify as. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Nor do I.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I have a grandson. I'm like here, like these are the things that you can do. Please go do these things so I don't feel like I have to do them anymore. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Yeah.
Right.
All right, Ken, we're towards the end. There's one question left for you. Is there any aspect of our community that you feel we are not shedding enough light on?
Any aspect of it. Well, we have to be strong in uniting the entire community, not only leather, but all parts of our community, and being supportive of them, no matter which part of our community that certain individuals want to attack. We definitely have to stay strong with them. Um, that's all I would say is that we need to watch out for the whole community and not just like pick out one, but make sure that everybody is seated at our table.
Yeah, eyes on everybody right now.
Yeah.
Everybody, every letter of our acronym, just every because the reality of it, and this is for any allies out there, like look what's happening in the United States. Like, it does not matter what your political party is, your race, your sexuality. We are all pawns right now, and they could care less if any of us die. It does not matter. We're literally there. We're being told that this is a part, this is something that we have to accept. It's bizarre. It's crazy. And if people get to the point or people in power start having a disregard for life, we are in danger. So if there's any more time to be, alert and holding your hands and coming together, this is the time to do it because it doesn't matter. We're all up for elimination here, all of us.
Yeah.
So it's now or never. Like there is no there. This is something that we've never gone through. We have to figure out how to navigate this. But like all of us are affected by this. Like people that are watching this right now, if you're not even leather, if you're like, we are all like in this. Like there's nothing that you can do. We can't say we didn't want this and that. Now we're here with what we have. And
When I did, like when I was diagnosed with HIV, we were just coming out of the AIDS crisis. So, that was very daunting there. And fortunately for me, being a public servant, I had good insurance. I didn't have a problem getting health care and stuff. But I did struggle going through that whole process by myself.
yeah.
And I just don't want any more Kens out there, going through it by itself. That's why the center has always been a very important part of my journey, and I've been a supporter for over 30 years. So, but to make sure that we're there for people that are newly diagnosed or need assistance in our community is the greatest thing that my heart wants to do. So,
I hear that. You're right. All right, Ken. Well, we're towards the end. I want to thank you for doing this for me. I'm going to be seeing you soon. There's one thing left that you have to do.
yep,
You ready?
yep.
One, two, three. Go, Ken.
If you're not throwing light, you're not acting right.
There we go.
And hopefully, I'll see you in Austin, can't we?
Oh, are you coming?
I am absolutely trying my best to come down.
Well, let me know because I'm here. I would love that.
Yep.
All right, y'all. Well, that's been another episode of Throwing Light. Keep your eyes on Ken and see what he's up to. With that being said, this has been another episode of Throwing Light, and we're out.